Hey, how you doing guys? Joel the Techie J here with a look at the iPhone 5s. Now this is definitely a very late review, but this is the review of the 5s in 2016. So I'm upgrading from the 4s. So this video is gonna be about the 5s. Is it still worth in 2016, and can it beat up its competitors? Can it stand up against the phones in 2016? Let's get on with the video. So getting to the review, the iPhone 4S was one of the most well-designed iPhones ever in history. The presence of the dual material, the glass and the aluminium, made it feel premium. It was also a flagship in its time. Now I just upgraded to the 5S, which was also the flagship in 2013. So getting to the design, this features a very sleek and sliced brick design, brick or block as you would like to call it. You just imagine taking the 4S, taking away the glass front and back, and just keeping the metal aluminum sides. So that's how slim this phone is, and it is very sleek. It tends to be slippery at first, but it is a very elite and stealthy build. Especially the black one is very stealthy. The build quality is very good. It is very solid, and since due to the small size, it fits very well in your hand, and there are very less chances of it falling out. So this small profile also allows for extremely well single-handed use. You can touch all four corners of the screen, and the design as a whole is very good. Just what do you expect from an Apple device. So getting to the display. The display is a 4-inch IPS LCD Retina display that in 2016 standards 4 inches is pretty small, but that gives forward to an extremely crisp and clear screen with Retina display, so that's around 326 ppi. Typing is extremely easy and smooth, but if you have bigger fingers, you can miss a few letters and mistype due to the extremely small keys. But for a person whose hands are about my size, it's pretty manageable. The display being so small makes it very crisp, as I said, and it is smooth also. It also features the oleophobic fingerprint resistant coating from Apple. It is not water resistant, but it's not waterproof, but it is water resistant until that coating fades away. So that's for the display. A very good display, crisp and clear, but small and pocketable. As for the performance, the 5S comes loaded with the best of 2013 tech. It features a 1.3 GHz Apple A7 chip, codenamed Cyclone, based on the ARM Cortex-V8 chipset. It also comes with very sufficient 1 GB of RAM. It is sufficient, although it might seem pretty small for today's standards, but yet it manages to provide fluidic, smooth performance for almost every aspect. With my general daily driver usage for about 3 months, this 5S has never frozen or hanged, even though the low specs on paper, which is proof that it is truly a flagship of its time. Even with the high-end apps designed for the much newer iPhones, this one actually handles them pretty well and pulls it out smoothly like it was actually made for it. All this also works thanks to the extensively optimized M7 Motion coprocessor that comes bundled with the A7. Both of these chips, along with the all-new iOS 10 support, performs extremely well and handles whatever you throw at it like a dream. The camera on this device is dope. The camera features an 8-megapixel iSight f-bar 2.2 camera that comes bundled with all the bells and whistles. The first shot takes about a second, and then the rest is like rock with a minigun.
Woman, I am the cavalry.
The camera on this thing is great, and it is very quick. One of the quickest cameras I've ever used on a mobile phone. Here are some of the sample images. Nature shots great, composition is great, macro shots are great, low light is great, in the back camera. Selfies are great, except you have no life, you look like crap. Yeah, the front camera is a 1.2 megapixel shooter, so not so good for selfie queens, but can be improvised in good lighting conditions, although there is a bit of noise from the front camera. Now, with all that crisp retina display, the insanely smooth performance and all that image processing, you would suppose it takes a hit on the battery. Due to the size, the iPhone 5 comes with a battery around 1500 mAh, which according to today's standards is very low, as almost half of most phones today. But the extremely optimized iOS 10 has actually increased battery life rather from when it was in 2013 in the original one. If you do forget to leave it to charge overnight, you'll be surprised that it is so efficient that it eats up only 1 to 2% battery life compared to other phones which eat up about 10-15% sometimes in standby. The standby optimization is insanely great, as in Johnny Ive's words. With my general everyday daily driver use, I do get about 2.5 hours of screen on time, which for a phone this size is pretty satisfactory, though I would suggest carrying a tiny compact power bank with you. Just like every other device, this too has its pros and cons. So getting to the pros, this has very good build quality, it is nice and compact, fits snugly in your hand, and it is a beautiful phone. It's very elegant and is made very well, just like it feels like it's very beautiful. It is very beautiful. It feels like it's very compact. It is sturdy, and the camera is great on this phone, and it is a very good phone for single-handed use. So the cons, although it doesn't have 4K video recording, it doesn't have a big 30 megapixel camera. But it doesn't have a big 5.5 inch screen, it doesn't have the best battery available right now, but this kind of does a job for an everyday Joe, the average consumer. So this is a very good phone. If you have a budget of about 20,000 rupees, you want a premium phone which is tiny, not too big, and it is classy as well. It's one of the most classy phones right now. Also, you can be assured that it is an iPhone, so you will be getting the updates as long as possible, maybe longer than an Android phone from that day, because Android generally supports only 2 years of upgrades, but this comes at least 3 to 4 years. Also, it has a fingerprint scanner. As I said, security is tight on this thing. Build quality, camera, security, and this small form factor. But if you don't like it, then just don't buy it. It's not for you. If you want a bigger phone, you'll get a iPhone 7 if you want, or a Galaxy Note 7 if you want to be a federal criminal. Get a Note 7. Okay, so that's it from me on this video, and it still was in 2016, where this is worth if you want a premium small smartphone in a budget. That's it from me on this video, guys. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and also give me all constructive criticism. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Ciao.